There are days in the cancer journey that feel like mountains so steep, so painful, so overwhelming that positivity feels impossible. Not difficult, not challenging, impossible. Days where the body is exhausted, the spirit feels drained, and every thought seems heavier than the one before it. But here's a truth many don't hear enough. Staying positive doesn't mean pretending everything is okay. It doesn't mean smiling through pain or acting strong when you're barely holding on. It means finding light, tiny, quiet, stubborn little sparks of light, even in the darkest corners. And those sparks can change everything. Today, we're not talking about forced positivity. We're talking about real strength, real hope, and real ways to protect your heart during the hardest days of treatment. This is the truth you deserve to hear. When you're going through cancer treatment, the word positive takes on an entirely new meaning. Before the diagnosis, positivity might have meant being optimistic, cheerful, upbeat. But during treatment, positivity becomes something quieter, gentler, almost sacred. It becomes the ability to keep breathing through discomfort, to keep believing through uncertainty, and to keep standing even when you feel the world pushing you down. On the hardest days, the body speaks loudly. Fatigue settles deep in the bones, the kind of exhaustion rest can't fix. Nausea comes and goes like unpredictable waves. Pain feels sharp, dull, or somewhere in between. Your appetite shifts. Your sleep patterns change. Your emotions feel messy and unpredictable. And through all of this, people keep saying, stay positive. But what they don't understand is that positivity during cancer treatment isn't something you simply choose. It's something you have to build, protect, and nurture every single day. One of the first steps to staying positive on the hardest days is allowing yourself to not be okay. True positivity begins with honesty. Pretending you're fine doesn't make the journey easier, it makes it heavier. When you acknowledge your feelings, whether it's fear, sadness, frustration, or exhaustion, you make room for healing. You remind yourself that you're human, not a machine. And accepting your humanity is a form of strength that no one can take away. You don't have to hide your bad days. You don't have to apologize for them. You don't have to force yourself into a version of positivity that feels fake. Real positivity grows from authenticity, from saying, today is hard, but still choosing to show up in whatever way you can. Another powerful way to stay positive is to focus on the present moment. The cancer journey often fills your mind with what ifs. What if treatment doesn't work? What if side effects get worse? What if things change? These questions can shut down positivity in seconds. But when you gently pull your mind back to the exact moment you're in, your breath, your heartbeat, your surroundings, you create a small pocket of peace. And sometimes, peace is more important than positivity. The present moment is where healing happens. The present moment is where strength lives. You don't have to solve tomorrow today. You don't have to prepare for every possibility. You just have to make it through this moment, then the next, then the next. And little by little, those moments become victories. One of the most overlooked sources of positivity is connection. Cancer can make you feel isolated, even when you're surrounded by people. The journey feels personal, specific, almost impossible to explain. But opening up to someone you trust, whether it's a friend, a family member, or even another patient, can lighten your emotional load in ways medicine can't. Talking about your fears, your pain, your hopes, your frustrations doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. And having someone listen without judgment makes you supported. You don't need crowds of people cheering you on. Sometimes, just one voice saying, "I'm here," can shift your entire day. Another way to cultivate positivity is to find small things, tiny things that make you feel like yourself again. This could be a warm cup of tea, a favorite blanket, a soft song, a short walk, a funny memory, a quiet moment by the window. These aren't distractions. These are lifelines. They remind you that joy still exists, even in small doses. You don't have to chase huge happiness during treatment. You only need little pockets of comfort, because comfort builds hope, and hope fuels positivity. There will be days when you don't feel like doing anything. Days where getting out of bed feels heroic. Days where your body feels foreign. But even on those days, finding one gentle thing you can do for yourself can shift your emotional state. Take a shower. Breathe fresh air. Read a sentence of a book. Listen to something calming. Close your eyes and rest. These tiny acts become anchors, keeping you from drifting into despair. It also helps to celebrate small victories. Every completed treatment session, every hour of reduced pain, every good blood count, every day where you manage to eat a little more, these are triumphs. You might not feel like celebrating them, but acknowledging them keeps your hope alive. Each victory means your body is fighting. Each step forward is proof that you're stronger than you think. Another important reminder: positivity doesn't mean suppressing your fear. Fear is a natural part of the journey. It arises because you care about your life, your loved ones, your future. Fear doesn't make you negative. Fear makes you human. And facing that fear, sitting with it, breathing through it, is an act of courage. When you understand that fear and positivity can exist together, you stop fighting a war inside yourself. Surrounding yourself with uplifting things is another powerful way to protect your mind on hard days. Maybe it's inspirational stories. Maybe it's spiritual comfort. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's memories. Maybe it's quiet reflection. Anything that feeds your emotional strength becomes a tool, something you can hold on to when the world feels heavy. You also stay positive by giving yourself grace. This journey asks more from you than almost any other experience in life. Your body is fighting. Your mind is adapting. Your emotions are shifting constantly. You don't owe anyone perfect positivity. You don't owe anyone unwavering strength. Your only job is to keep going in whatever way you can. Another source of strength comes from purpose. Some days your purpose might be simply surviving. Other days it might be laughing with someone you love. Some days it might be taking care of your mental space. Purpose doesn't have to be grand, it just has to be yours. When you find a reason to keep fighting, even a small one, it strengthens your heart on the hardest days. It's also important to remember that your body is not failing you. It's fighting for you. Cancer does not define you, and treatment is not punishment. What you're going through is a journey, not a reflection of your worth. Your body is trying every second to protect you, heal you, and hold on. Viewing your body with compassion instead of frustration can make a huge difference in your mindset. When you shift from, "Why is this happening?" to, "My body is trying," positivity grows. And then there's the reality that positivity isn't always gentle. Sometimes it looks like stubbornness. Sometimes it looks like refusing to let pain steal your identity. Sometimes it looks like holding on to hope even when everything feels uncertain. Sometimes it looks like saying, "I will get through this," even if you don't fully believe it yet. There will be days when positivity feels far away. Days when your mind is clouded, your body is tired, and your spirit feels dimmed. On those days, the goal isn't to be cheerful. The goal is to survive. Survival itself is positivity. Showing up for treatment is positivity. Letting people help you is positivity. Allowing yourself to rest is positivity. Not giving up even on the days you feel like giving up is positivity. You don't have to shine every day. Some days, keeping even the faintest spark alive is enough. And here's a truth many people forget. Positivity is not a personality trait. It's a strategy, a choice you make moment by moment, a tool you use when the journey becomes overwhelming. Some days you'll wield it confidently. Other days you'll barely hold on to it. Both are okay. Over time, you'll learn what positivity means for you, not what others expect, not what movies show, not what people say, but what your heart needs to stay steady through the storm. Maybe positivity for you means hope. Maybe it means peace. Maybe it means gratitude. Maybe it means resilience. Maybe it means acceptance. Maybe it means rest. The hardest days don't define you. They shape you. They reveal how deeply you can endure. They show you the depth of your courage, the strength of your soul, and the endless capacity of the human spirit to keep going even when the path feels impossible. And little by little, you realize that positivity isn't about forcing light into the darkness. It's about remembering that you are the light, no matter how dim you feel some days. If you're going through treatment right now, hear this. You're doing better than you think. You're stronger than you feel. And even on the hardest days, especially on the hardest days, you are still moving forward. Positivity isn't perfection. It's presence. It's effort. It's the quiet courage of trying again tomorrow. Even on the days when positivity feels impossible, your fight continues. And that alone is powerful.